7:13 p.m. Wednesday, December 18th, 2019, episode number 764 of Oh Yeah Dude. My name is Jonathan and this is Seth.
Jonathan, this is Seth.
Hello, Seth.
Jonathan, Seth. Mizu. 764. Oh Yeah Dude. Jeff. America. Yeti. Through the eyes of true Americans. Thank you so much for tuning in to our latest episode of our comedy podcast. I'm going...
Yeah, dude.
I'm going right in.
Yeah,
Let's
bro.
pretend this is the first episode you've ever listened to. Someone told you to listen to it. Here we go. They start just like that. The comedy begins immediately. Yes, it begins immediately. God damn it. Wait, I don't have to wait for the No, just give it 2 seconds.
Comes right out.
2019 Blacklist. This is the 15th annual Blacklist, Jonathan. This is Franklin Leonard. He started the Blacklist. They find the best screenplays in Hollywood. The absolute cream of the crop of Hollywood, California.
That didn't get made.
They're going to get made.
That are getting made.
Well, Jonathan...
None of the ones you've ever read ever got made, though. I've never seen them after you've read about them.
Somebody told me that there's a really bad Ryan Reynolds, some sort of video game movie coming out this summer that was on the list that we did. You saw Bird Box. That was on the list.
Okay.
Chappaquiddick.
I didn't see Bird
Couple
Box.
of garbage movies that were on this list.
Did not
Excuse me, cream of the crop. Excuse me.
You know my dad fired Ryan Reynolds? It's one of his claims to fame.
From 7 Guys, 2 People in a Pizza Box? Your dad produced that.
From playing his son.
Happy Endings?
On Happy Endings.
Happy Families? What was that?
I don't know. One of those.
He really was cast and your dad fired him? Wow. So Ryan Reynolds hates this podcast, essentially.
Maybe.
Okay. I'm going to give you, these are the 4 best... From what I found, there's a lot of screenplays on it, but these are obviously the 4 best unproduced screenplays. Pod by Nabil Chowdhury. After a mission to destroy a black hole, I'll repeat that. There was a mission. Meaning the Air Force?
Space Force.
Space Force had to destroy a black hole that endangers mankind. Well, of course, it goes wrong. They always do. They never go right.
These missions.
He made a short in that it went right in the short, but they said, you know what we could do?
We love the short,
Let's expand this to a feature, make it go wrong. I like your white hole going short and good. Let's make it a black hole going long and bad. I do notes. I'm a Hollywood doctor.
Rewrites.
An astronaut awakens in her escape pod to find that decades have passed, seemingly in a moment.
As time often will in space.
In space, we learned this. You expand. And decades pass in a moment's notice. You look over your right shoulder, it's 2019. You look over your left shoulder, it's 2045.
The Cowboys still haven't won a Super Bowl.
And the Cowboys beat the Saints in the 2019 NFL playoffs. Mercedes-Benz Superdome. Now, with an old body and fragile mind, this astronaut battles against the elements of space and time to complete her mission.
This sounds like a winner.
Can't read the knobs anymore. That would be impossible. You go up, you're Amy Adams. You're like listening to Prince. You're zooming off into the cosmos. Right shoulder, Amy Adams. Left shoulder, Dame Judi Dench. The knobs, I can't read them. But Jonathan, all of mankind depends on you reading that knob, Dame. Dame Dash. Dame Dash and Dame Judi Dench.
Dame Dench and Dame Dash.
Dame Dench.
Dash and Dench.
Dash and Demch.
2020.
Turner and Hooch? No. Dash and Demch. What? So she was young. Now she's old. She has to battle against the elements of space and time to complete her mission. Capital nope. What about I Heart Murder by Tom O'Donnell? A true crime podcaster.
It's about time.
It's about time, isn't it? What took so long that we got a movie about a podcaster? We've had TV shows. What about a feature film? You fucking asshole. You fucking asshole. In your Starbucks in Atwater Village. Oh, well, podcasting is hot. True crime, please. But wait. She tries to solve a gruesome cold case. But what happens? It puts her in the killer's crosshairs. Yup. Golden State Killer. I'm old and fragile. No, I'm still young and nimble. But is your mind? Wait a minute. I'm getting the movies. Are you young? I'm a young killer. And I'll get you, podcaster lady. How dare you? Tom O'Donnell had no shame in his game. Called up his agent. I have an idea for a screenplay. It's about a true crime. Stop.
Sold.
But a podcaster. I'm in. So I guess that's Sandra Bullock.
Playing the podcaster?
Playing the podcaster?
Good. Good casting. Who plays the killer?
The killer is played by Eric Bana. Back from the dead. The House is Not for Sale by Roy Parker. With one last chance at a promotion, a down-on-her-luck real estate agent. What does that mean? Like at Century 21? You've got one more chance to sell a house at Century 21 or you're out of here. Not a thing. Returns to her rural hometown. Always. I mean, hometowns are rural. You know, you grew up in Malibu, 27 miles of scenic beauty. Everyone else grew up in a rural hometown. And sometimes we have to return to them when we're down on our luck.
Yeah.
God, I'm down on my luck.
Guess I should go back to my rural home.
I should probably go back to my rural hometown.
Get in touch.
And fall in love or take a job as a coach or what do I do? Well, in this case, and the house is not for sale, you go back to your rural hometown to sell the impossible. A haunted house where countless couples have been murdered.
Countless.
Countless! How many? 100?
Countless.
Have been murdered in this house.
Thousands.
Yeah, it's just like they keep murdering houses. I mean, people. Absolutely no shame in these screenwriters' game. That they will. How long does it take to write a screenplay? It takes years, right?
I don't think
No?
so. A couple weeks.
A couple of weeks? But to sit down and be like, countless people have been murdered. Has Zach Baggins been? Because if countless people have been murdered, we'd know about the house, wouldn't we? It wouldn't be some sort of like, it would be on Atlas Obscura, or we would know about it. Oh, I've never heard about that house. 100 families have been murdered there. 100 families? So it's the Amityville Horror times 100. At the same geographical location? Yeah, it's crazy, man. I'm going to sell it. As the bodies of new residents continue to pile up on the front lawn, whoa! Our real estate agent, our dummy real estate agent, will stop at nothing to rid the house of evil, no matter what the cost. Even if it's her soul. So, I guess you get there. Countless families have been murdered, or couples.
Stepping over bodies.
You're stepping over bodies to get into the house. Do I have to disclose? No, if it's under 60 couples, you have to disclose. Over 1,000 couples, it's supernatural. You don't have to disclose it. In this rural hometown. We'll also meet your fucking ex-boyfriend that he's there.
He'll help
What
you.
does he do? He's a carpenter, maybe? I'm a carpenter. I can, I'll hammer these evil spirits out of it. What? Don't go in the water. Okay. I wasn't planning on it. I don't give a fuck if it's a pool in is it a body of water? I'm not getting in it.
Well, unless you're in Hawaii.
unless I'm in Hawaii. This does not take place on any of the islands. Don't Go in the Water by Peter Gaffney. A recovering alcoholic sets off for seclusion at his dead uncle's remote island cabin, but gets more than he bargained for when he encounters a mysterious creature nearby. What? What is the creature? Come drink with me. I'm the fucking alcoholic monster creature. Don't let me tempt you. The water's actually whiskey. But dip your toes in, or maybe your tongue. You're a grown man, and I'm a grown man, and I wrote a screenplay about a swamp monster that gets alcoholics and makes them drink. But I'm an alcoholic. I'm recovering. I'm here to recover. Have a drink. I'm a mysterious drunk monster. These 4 screenplays absolutely suck.
They do.
I hope we see them all as feature films.
You won't.
You don't think what the...
Maybe a Netflix original.
Don't Go in the Water? Why? Is there a monster in it? Yeah. Yeah. Well, there's no such thing. Well, yeah, in this world there is. He's a creature monster. He'll make you drink before he kills you. He gives you a taste. Yeah. You open up a cabin, there's all alcoholics in there. Ugh. This is Cabin Bar. Come on in, man. One won't hurt. One what? Are you a monster? Are you a creature? No, I'm an evil spirit. What? Did we bend the time-space continuum and now you're old? No, I'm a true crime podcast. Well, what are you? I'm everything, man. I'm every screenplay wrapped into one. I'm a true crime astronaut who loves podcasts, but also has a terrible drinking problem, but is afraid of haunted houses. Come into my movie. Best screenplays in Hollywood.
The true crime podcaster one really does me in.
Is that one too much?
It's just... Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's too much.
Yeah.
For me.
Well, her daughter's a vaping barista. Is that cool? Leave us alone. My daughter vapes. She's a barista. What?
It just is like...
What? Like the worst? Like a screenwriter sitting there being like, I haven't sold a screenplay. What can I write about? I know that podcasts are a thing. I know gluten's a thing. Can she be gluten intolerant? She has to be gluten intolerant. I got to work that in.
Yeah, the celiac podcaster.
A celiac vegan podcaster whose daughter vapes and also is a barista and loves poetry is put into the killer's cross because she's getting too close, dude.
Yeah.
She's getting too close. Wow. In her living room doing a podcast? She's getting too close to the killer? You don't get it, man. Golden State Killer. You don't get it.
The thing about that one, though, is the podcast didn't help them get the killer, right? That was a bit of a
I think
misnomer.
Patton Oswalt's Rip's deceased wife, I think she did all the work.
Well, she did,
And
but
didn't get to see her work.
that's true. But my understanding is that the police investigators also claim that her book had nothing to do with them finding him. It just transpired that it came out around the same time.
I don't know. I thought her work in that kind of helped. I'm not sure.
I'm not sure if that's true.
I'm not sure because I'm not a sick fuck obsessed with true crime like everybody. Jonathan, what's the obsession with true crime?
Well, I guess that it's
true.
That it's about crimes that are true. I think is maybe one of the biggest draws. I
don't know.
I think people like to get
ladies. Let's just be specific. Women. Don't try to say anything else. Not that that's a bad thing. I mean, right? That's every one of them is hosted, and that's the jam.
It is.
They'd have to 888-842-3357. You tell me what the draw is. I'm sure that people have done think pieces and know why, or it can explain it.
What? Why women are obsessed with
The Bachelor,
serial
Real
murderers,
Housewives, and true crime shit.
And serial killers in general.
True crime podcasts. There's a bunch.
Yeah,
Successful
but
and probably great.
True crime isn't like I mean, I guess some of them maybe are crimes that don't involve murder, but the majority of the ones that people I know, the women I know that are obsessed with are murder.
Yeah, murder. My favorite murder.
Yeah,
yes.
Murder.
Is it because for the majority they are the victims, so it must be?
I don't know.
888-842-2357. On a separate note of these garbage pot screenplays, tell me what you why those are so huge. They're so huge, and there's a bunch of them.
Yeah.
When we were in Detroit doing a show, there was another one, like red wine and crime or something like.
But I mean, I think there's part of it that's it's a real life, story mystery.
Yeah.
That is filled with information, but also that there's a spooky factor to it as well. But that it's not like subjecting yourself to just abject like horror.
Okay.
Of like, it's sort of. It's more cerebral than just like slasher films or something that. So there's,
clues
but you're getting a little bit of that spook factor as along with the intrigue and the mystery. And obviously it's something that both men and women share an interest in. However, I've never ever, don't think I've ever heard a man talk about them. I mean, I would say that the demographic is probably maybe a little bit leaning a little bit more female.
888-842-2357. Call.
Explain to us
which ones do you listen to? Why do you like them? And also, like, what would be, God, to be a recovering alcoholic and trying to get away from your alcoholism, and you want to focus on that, and then you got to worry about a fucking creature? I feel so bad for that dude. Because I used to, there's a time when I went sober, I locked myself here. If I had the added fucking fear that there was a monster in my closet,
a Hollywood
monster trying to get me, how the fuck would I have gotten sober? I treated this apartment like a secluded cabin to try to get away from it all. Oh fuck, there's a creature in my closet. Oh no, don't open the door. There's a creature in there. You open the door. The evil spirits will creep up. Get one of those things you get for New England, those
like a draft.
Yeah, get a draft thing
blocker
for creatures or spirits or evil astronauts or podcasters or stop writing screenplays.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe we should just be writing them instead of complaining.
Instead of talking shit about them.
We should just be writing them.
Two podcasters Two recovering podcasters go away together on a retreat.
A yoga retreat.
I don't know. The yoga instructor is killing everybody, and it's like a Knives Out, like people love like whodunits.
So we're stuck in a yoga
retreat in Ohio
until we figure out where these
who the fuck is killing all the
tantric murderers.
Who's the tantric yoga killers? Money. Thank you. And the Sundance Screenplay Award, the Waldo Slott Screenplay Award, goes to Jonathan Preston Larroquette, Seth Joseph Romatelli for the Tantric Yoga Killers. Oh, we were kidding.
The Ohio Tantric Yoga.
We were fucking kidding. Well, no, you're not, because now you've made it. Tony Hale plays the killer.
Clamoring to write a sequel.
Oh my God, you guys gotta do a new one. Can we just shift the action to the East Coast? Could you do maybe a Hamptons thing? Yeah, we can. Money.
USA Today snapshots. Americans are bringing their phones into public restrooms.
What is that? Well, of course they are.
Right. Well, 16% say they do it once a day. 11% say once a week. 9% say they do it maybe once a month. 12% say, ew, never. 6% say they don't know. And 46% say every single time they're in the bathroom, they are...
Well, your body is in the bathroom, so your phone is in the bathroom.
Yeah, I mean...
if you were out to dinner with somebody, would you say, I'm going to go use the urination station. I'm going to leave my phone here with you?
Yeah, well, I mean, phones are pretty safe.
On a table?
Well, you can't get into them.
Oh, so they're not
They could
worth
get
anything.
they could get
I see.
thiefed.
But what's the point?
You
It's
can
just
get
a
in
fucking paperweight.
But people just can't be
retinal
apart
scan.
from them for very long. Plus, if you're going into the bathroom and are going in there for like a little while, a spell, you're probably going to be on the damn thing, either sorting your sites or playing your games.
Really? Looking stuff up?
Checking messages?
Texting people? Oh, Lord, no.
Yeah.
Don't tell me I've ever had a conversation on my landline that could be happening.
I would say it's definitely happening.
You say it's happened this week?
I would say that you've talked to a listener this week who's been in the bathroom. You can usually tell because there's a little bit of a reverb.
I'm so active on the phone. I'm walking through rooms, so I can't tell what you're doing.
Well,
now I have to think that's what you're doing?
You should assume. They're either masturbating or they're in a...
On the phone with me, is your butt on a seat or are you masturbating? Or both? Okay. Thank you. Yes, I thought it was a good episode too. Thank you.
Thank you.
Seatbelts.
Solo Blumpkin.
I'm out. We make a locker. It's outside of the bathroom.
Well, the idea is that you don't want to bring your phone into an area like that because it's got poo particles flying around, and you don't want that all over your phone because your phone's going to be all over your fingers, and your fingers are going to be...
If you walk into a bathroom, it's all over your face.
Yeah.
What's on your forehead? It's just in the bathroom.
Poo particles.
It's just poo particles. Jonathan said if I go into a bathroom, which I've gone 5 times today.
So
it's tough, really.
Yeah.
So the phone it's really your face.
Your phone is your face, and it's
your
filled...
phone's your face, and your face
covered.
is filled with poo particles, and every time you talk on the phone, someone's jerking off. That was what you said?
Yeah.
Great. Great.
Yes.
We dipped into a little bit of that 88th annual Hollywood Christmas parade. Why shouldn't we?
We're from here.
We were born and raised
for
here.
Us.
It was made for us. Hosted by Eric Estrada and Laura McKenzie.
How did that gig... How long has he been doing it? How long has she been doing it?
Oh, both of them a long time.
And what do you think? Do you think when they started doing it, was Eric Estrada still like a television superstar?
No. He hasn't been doing it that long. No.
So how did that gig
How did he get
got?
that gig? Got that.
And how much does he get paid for that gig? Do you think? And what
get
does he
paid-
do the other 364 days of the year?
Praise to Santa, and waits.
Whoa, hopes that the government passes a second Christmas rule.
Hopes that second Christmas thing that he tried to get pushed through in the 80s when he had some clout.
Double Christmas.
Wow. We saw a lot of crazy stuff. I just want to let everybody know. I'm sure everyone was wondering. Did we see Captain Tom Bristol? And yes, we did. Celebrating the 11th anniversary in the Hollywood Christmas Parade. Here comes Captain Tom Bristol. Right, children? There he is. From L. Ron Hubbard's swashbuckling tale, Under the Black Ensign. You heard me, right? 8-year-old kids? Right? Right after Elmo, right before the Grinch, Captain Tom Bristol, like you read about in school, kids. And then, could you do the Eric Estrada interjection?
What does he say? Whoa, shiver me timbers, Woa.
He tried. I think he was trying to say "shiver me timbers, Laura" in a sort of
pirate voice,
but it sounded more like
somebody that was maybe deaf in one ear,
or maybe his teeth are enormous. His enormous fake teeth.
He says. Shiver me,
David. Swimmer me
twimbers, Woa.
Woa. Excuse me, sir. Excuse me, George Washington teeth. What? He tried to say. Imagine a human being saying the phrase "shiver me timbers, Laura" in a Johnny Depp type fashion. He didn't get there. Let's just say that.
Oh, was he trying to do a British?
I think he was trying to...
A British pirate.
He was trying to be Captain Jack Sparrow. He was not.
He was not.
He didn't get there. He said, David Schwimmer's on Friends, Woa. What? Did you say David Schwimmer is on Friends, Laura?
He also has a issue with...
He's got a little bit of a Jimmy Fallon issue.
He's got
when the other performer next to him on the screen is doing their lines,
off the
he's
cue card.
also doing the lines off the cue card, reading them fully. Jimmy Fallon, did you just mouth, "My name is Ariana Grande, and thank you for watching, and we'll be back right after this break"? Because you're Jimmy Fallon, you host the show, and you've been doing this for 50 fucking years. Get your shit together, dog. You're a billionaire.
It's crazy.
How rich do you have to be to get that down?
It's so crazy.
Standing there. Jimmy, those are not... Jimmy. You know how you're like... saying them in your head and the person next to you is saying them out loud? Your mouth is saying it. We're watching you, Eric Estrada, Jimmy Fallon. Eric Estrada, we watched 7 examples of Laura McKenzie saying words and you doing them silently staring straight ahead. And then when it was your time to talk, you said, "I love David Schwimmer on Friends, Wara." Okay. Congratulations. We'll see you next year. Everything's okay, right? He was being tethered, if you will, by friends from good friends from Author Services. Were holding and helping navigate him safely through the streets of Hollywood. So, side ties, strong side ties. They got the strongest side ties. And they held the reins. They held them. I'll do it.
To make sure he gets...
Let me get that.
Safely.
Michael Pena has got it. Erica Christensen, grab the other one. And then Beck denying he was ever at the parade, ever knew Captain Tom Bristol, or had anything ever to do with Scientology. Really? Really? You really? Oh, you didn't have anything to do with it. You took a personality test randomly once 23 years ago? That's your only involvement. Okay. All right. So, I mean, we've learned now we're living in a world of just, if words are being spoken, you are being lied to. So ask a question and wait for the answer. Beck, are you a Scientologist? I had nothing ever to do with Scientology ever for 1 minute. You didn't? Oh, he said he didn't. Let's move on. Okay.
That's weird.
Mom, is that Captain Tom Bristol?
Well, yes.
From The Swashbuckling Tale Under the Black Ensign by L. Ron Hubbard? Why, yes. It is. Evelyn, I'm glad you knew that.
Glad you recognized
I'm glad you recognized him. This is his 11th fucking parade. Can we be in that parade?
I don't know how
just
we
in one of the back of those Lincoln Continentals.
I mean,
podcasters, UhhYeahDude.
My dad was.
Side, he was like, they were up in it with the TV show. I just mean
heyday.
There was a bunch of fucking losers. We could probably convince someone, hey, we're losers too. Like, I see you have a bunch of losers associated with this.
Could we line up with
Brandon Jenner singing?
That's a wild performance.
That was a wild performance.
Bret Michaels
was a wild performance.
Yeah, I wonder if we could do like a 5-minute.
No, I would because for the other 2 hours I didn't show you.
It's just cars.
Cars of people and things you've never heard of. It could just be
LA's
podcasters.
longest running
podcast.
But then don't we have to be paired with somebody as well? Like somebody
it'd be like
the regional manager of
the regional manager like Calabasas Chevrolet. And we'd be in the back of a 2021 Camaro.
Do we just have to make a donation?
Hey.
I bet you it's like a donation thing.
I don't know. 34th and Funk, that dance crew, they don't have no money. They're kids. And that's PHUNK.
Just so you know.
So you know.
Don't get it twisted.
Don't get it twisted. 26th and Funk with an F. I think we got to ask now to be in for December of 2020. Waving. Hi.
Yeah.
Hi. Who are you? Hi. Stop saying that so many times. Oh, I should fucking... Speaking of fucking us in a parade... Speaking about being honored, it's taken almost 14 years, but it's nice to be recognized in a world of where people get loose.
Oh,
alcohol. People get loose, don't they? They speak the. You know what it is? Alcohol makes people speak the truth. And so we speak truth to power, and we're also truth speakers. So it's only right that we would be honored by an alcohol company. The Able Seed House and Brewery in Minneapolis. They've crafted an UhhYeahDude beer for these two sober bros ready to get back on this game. If anything could take us back, if there was anything they could get me back in, it's either a creature or a beer named after me. Those are the only two things that could get me in. A creature holding my head down in a pond of whiskey. Die, alcoholic. Or just a nice brewery making a beer and sending, it's one or the other. And I have the beer in the fridge.
We do.
I guess we'll make Jeff pound one.
I was going to make Jeff do a shotgun of one. I was also saying that we would probably legally be allowed to split one between you and I and not have to change our sobriety
but it's
date.
16 ounces, dog. That's 8 ounces, which
That's
is
8 ounces. That's fine. That's what beers were like when you were still drinking,
when you're
right?
still drinking, they're only 8 ounces. But this is 4.6% alcohol by volume, which ain't a Budweiser.
No.
So it's 8 ounces of a 4.6 is like 4 Budweisers. So you're basically ready to like pound a 6-pack. I'm only having a sip. Wait a minute. It's got a 6 IBUs. You know IBUs.
I don't.
You know IBUs. It's just beer. Don't worry about it. The International Bitterness Unit.
Uh-huh.
And it's a 4P maybe. I think it's low. Got to look up a lot.
Is that about hops?
Oh, dog! I got mad hops. Oh, the beer. My bad.
I know it's a sour.
It's a fruited
Sour.
American sour.
I love that.
Just like its hosts. A couple of fruited American sours.
UID.
UID. 2 fruited American sours. It's purple in color. Got to get on that purple drank. It's got blackberries and apricots. That's driving this flavor profile. What's driving this flavor profile? Bitterness and sourness? Real anger? No, not me. Jealousy? This beer has notes of jealousy, anger, bitterness, confusion. That's me. That's the host. I'm gonna grab that. I'm gonna hold it up.
Hold it up to the camera?
Yeah.
All right.
Jeff, you want a beer?
You can't have a sip. You got to drink the whole fucking thing. And then you have to drink another one for the next episode. Because we're going to do the same. We're going to do the same bit.
Yeah, that's a good looking beer.
Where you hold that up?
Right there, maybe?
I don't know. Tell Jeff. Ask Jeff.
How's that look? How cool is that? So thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I guess more to Ryan Hoagland of Ellsworth, Minnesota, who sent that. Not the Able Brewery, but
who's just making money off our names.
Just like, oh, get it out there. Everyone's loving it. Oh, he's selling it off the shelves. Can I get some? Well, I guess I'll just have a listener send it to me. Thanks.
It's like your boy that you saw walking out of the ArcLight after watching his own movie.
Oh, my God. Paul Hauser from Richard Jewell walking out all sad, alone. Walked out of Richard Jewell. Anybody in there?
Just me and my
Just
two
me
buds.
and my bros. Went to see my movie. Hashtag blessed. Hashtag grateful. Hashtag Clint Eastwood. Hashtag empty chair. How'd your fucking movie do? You made a movie about what? You remember the bombing at the 1996 Olympics in Atlanta?
No.
No, I don't remember that. There was a bombing? Yes, it's a story of a hero. Like the hero movie you made about those guys on the train in France that like stopped the bad people. Stop making a movie about heroes. We don't give a fuck. I make movies about American heroes. Yeah, I know you do, but we don't care. Heroes are like superheroes. Like, you don't get it, dog. People want like people flying through the air being like, I'm the hero now. Not like real people doing heroic things. I understand you're like 90 and you think it doesn't. You're right, but it's not translating into the box office. Let me just tell you that. Jonathan, listen, what do I know? Sour, bitter, cynical, and depressed. But if I'm a studio head and you came to me and said, we're going to make a movie about the 1996 Olympic bombing in Atlanta, I would say, absolutely no, you're not. I wouldn't watch a 15-minute doc on YouTube about that. You're going to make a 4-hour movie and put it in movie theaters? Yeah, it's only going to cost $78 million.
But you don't...
Who are you casting in it? Paul Walker? You can't. Paul Walker, who? The guy from I, Tonya. From what? Stop.
Well, I don't think you can say no to Clint, though, right?
Oh, you can't? I can. No. Wow, I just saved everybody like a year of their lives and $1 billion. What a genius executive. Yeah, I guess I am. I stopped making the movie about the Atlanta bomb. What happened? There was a bomb?
There was.
And it was at the Olympics?
I guess.
Like the Olympics in Berlin? Like Jesse Owen? What Olympics? Sochi? Was that an Olympics? Oh, the 84 Olympics in LA? That's cool. No. The ones in Atlanta with the bombing. I don't know what you're talking about. People in Atlanta don't know what you're talking about. They know there's like a Coca-Cola museum and like the Falcons lose every year. That's all they know. And that they're not doing a peach drop. That's the only 3 things they know. What? There was a bombing? Yeah, go see the movie. The star of the movie will be there.
At every
screening with his 2 friends. Hashtag grateful, hashtag blessed.
Startups want men to track, improve, or freeze their sperm, hoping that declining male fertility will become just as big a business opportunity as women struggling to conceive. Legacy and Dottie provide kits for men to send their sperm to labs for testing and freezing. YoSperm, YoSperm.
What is it?
And Xseed, EXSEED, used YoSperm.
Yo!
And Xseed use devices attached to smartphones to analyze sperm dripped onto slides at home.
How's that? You bringing that into the bathroom? Yeah, I got to go in the bathroom. I got to drip some semen on my phone. Find out if my shit's legit.
I mean, half of all males in America are doing that anyway. It's accidentally
So it's a fucking collab. It's Pornhub collab. Easy.
Sandstone Diagnostics is encouraging men to improve their swimmers by eating better, drinking less, and staying out of the sauna. Khalid Keatley, Legacy's chief executive, said that
we the best sperm.
Men were ignorant of potential problems. Mick Jagger is probably our biggest enemy, they said. He had so many kids when he was older. I guess. About a third of all infertility suffered by couples is attributed to male problems, a third to women, and a third to unexplained reasons.
Women. What? I'm sorry.
Compared with women's fertility, male fertility does not have the same age cliff, but studies show that it does slowly decline and that older men are slightly more likely to have babies born with disabilities.
Oh boy.
Overall, male fertility has dropped by more than half in 40 years, according to a large study of studies in 2017.
So you did a study of studies. I don't know about that. That could be like, those text hammer to 68222. Like, we got less testosterone than our dads and half as much as their dads.
No, I'm sure that
that's true.
Fertility is an issue, and I think also
you got less fertility than Richard Jewell, and he's got less than Clint Eastwood, and you got to get bombs. What?
No, I think but also prescription drugs are causing that to be a big issue as well.
All the plastic we eat maybe does.
All the microplastics we wear and eat and inhale.
One of the websites was like today, your sperm will never be more potent and younger and stronger and better and doper than like 10 minutes ago.
Get
on it.
Get on it.
Get in the bathroom. Cover your face in fecal matter and cover your phone and your semen, and you'll live forever. What? Not doing us any. It's targeted for guys in like their 20s and 30s. You pay a large fee, do some samples, and they'll store your shit.
So you submit yours for them to be able to, but also in order to get it stored for free, you have to be willing to have yours tested.
Tasted? You said? Jonathan. Tested, my bad. I don't know. One of them didn't seem. One had like a special. It was like $200. One was like $1,500. It was so it's like mall LASIK. I don't know what the $200.
But I mean, if you and I were to decide, even at the age that we're at right now, yes, we're not
register. The phone would be like, "Did you spill vanilla pudding on this?" I'd be like, "No, that's my jizz." And they'd be like, "Get the fuck out of here, old man. It's too late." What?
No, I was gonna say.
Sorry. Phone Siri, your boy in South Africa would say, "It looks as if you spilled some oat milk on the phone." I'd be like, "Oat milk? That's my shit, yo.
That's my seed, dog."
That's my. Oh no, sir, not happening.
But if you and I were to say, okay, listen,
combine it and send it and see what happens. Potent super sperm. If there's any lesbian couples listening and they want that fucking fuck this beer like that. You want the real thing?
That UhhYeah seed?
Oh, dope, yeah.
Mixed seed?
No one's doing that without our permission. Except these companies, when you send your shit in, who knows what they're doing?
They own it.
Oh, they
own your fucking DNA. They own your whole legacy.
Yeah,
they own everything.
12 kids in Indiana born next year. You're the father of all of them. You have to pay child support for all. But you clicked. You clicked. You clicked. You were responsible for these 12 kids.
But what I was thinking is just if you and I were to say after this show, put the microphones down.
This particular episode.
The masks come off.
We bump it. Take off our performer masks and our voices.
And we're to say, here we are in our 40s. It still doesn't seem as though we're not necessarily ready to have kids.
Not by New Year's, at least.
But exactly. But we're also not ready to totally close that door. Would it not behoove us to at least save what, older but not senile sperm that we have, and be like, at least I can hold on to this, and I know that this is as good. Like that, the same rule applies. That this is as good as it's gonna get. At this point, it's only gonna get worse.
I ain't as good as I once was, but I'm as good once as I ever was. Kobe teeth.
And so we'll put that shit on ice.
Yeah.
And in the event,
to a lady, don't worry, I froze my sperm. Oh, great! I saw pictures of you when you were 21.
No, I was.
Ooh, slow down. I was 49. I'd come about 41 million times. 40 of them from not saying I meant, from myself, mostly, but it's all the same. Doesn't matter how it happens. Whether you do it or if you're lucky enough to have somebody else help you do it, that copy of a copy of a copy is all the same.
That Xerox is smeared. Yeah.
It
looks like an old punk rock zine from the 70s.
Wait, that's a weird Xerox. Page 28? Oh, no.
So... But maybe.
But you still think it's a good idea to it'd be better.
I didn't say it was a good idea. I said, is it a good idea? I didn't say it was, but that at least then, in the event that we die tragically.
Yeah. And you're right. You want to have that.
Or fall in love with a much, much, much younger person at some point, like in our 60s.
Oh, okay.
And I'm like, you're like,
again, you're like,
I want to have a child before I leave this earth. And
before I leave this earth, because it's so crazy. You were born in 2020.
I froze the sperm in 2019.
It's so wild.
A year before you were born, I froze the sperm, and now I want you to inject it.
I want you to put that in your body. I wouldn't even read the vial, let alone. Oh, you want me to get? Wait a minute.
I want to zap this in a microwave.
You want me to roll my shit up, and you're gonna put that? Get that fucking thing away from me.
Oh shit, man.
Yeah, that's a tough sell.
I think we've painted ourselves into a bit of a corner.
Terrible corner. But Mick Jagger.
Hey, look at him.
It's tough.
You're my worst enemy, Mick.
It's tough.
How about a little year in review here? Speaking of men jizzing on their phones.
I would love that.
Pornhub.
Oh, not that. I mean, I would love that.
Pornhub
2019 year in review.
Let's take a look back at the year 2019.
First and foremost, the most shocking statistic for me, of course, 81% of Pornhub viewing happens on their phone.
So you were right.
That is mental.
That's almost 100%.
Let me just ask you something. I guess I'm old school.
I know that. I know you are.
I love me some stills.
I know you do.
But 12% use a desktop.
Yeah.
7% tablet.
Okay.
81% phone.
Yeah.
Now, I talked about this on the show a while back, and the responses that I got from friends of mine who also listen to the show was that
and touch themselves
touch themselves on a regular basis, said that porn on the phone is a
sacrilege.
Well, no, was out of convenience and I guess discretion
at work,
in the sense that you can probably masturbate while still at your cubicle.
Yeah.
But I was shocked, and the reason I guess I was shocked was I believe that the format, no matter how large the phone, is still too small to, I suppose, suspend my belief or trigger my fantasy mind and to be able to focus on what's happening, the business at hand,
if you will. You're all about ritual. Your sessions create a elaborate
you don't know
tapestry
that.
of wonder.
You don't know this.
Candles.
You don't know
candelabras. Get the candelabra.
I'm fitting the master.
Rodolfo, light the candelabra. It is time. Wow. So you put it on the monitor. So you shoot it from the phone to the monitor, and the monitor is 100 inches. Yes, it is.
So, all right. So my question is, obviously, there's something about the sheer format and size that I am
not a million years
that I need in order to be able to get into it, as it were. If that is true, and that the opposite is true for these 81% of people watching Pornhub. Now, granted, there's probably also a majority of those. There's probably a large majority or a large part of that number it is the only option is a telephone. That is to say, these are maybe people who don't have desktops or don't have access to that type of privacy, or are living in the same room as their parents, things like that. But if what I'm saying about myself is true,
yes,
and if this 81%, the size of the phone and thus the size of the images or the moving images is not of an issue, how small could the image get for these people before it started not working for them? How like
if it was a flip book but with match
but like
size.
If you see two people having sex like that big, like the size of a dime, can that still get your mind going?
Definitely.
And does that mean that they have a greater imagination than me? Is their ability to use that
expand the space?
Am I the dumb one because I was like, oh, I need it like surrounding me like a fucking monkey, like just projecting images from all angles, like I
you
can't
go to like a sanctum party, sit within an orgy and look at it on a big screen. So you have to also have people in real life fucking around you. Yeah. But I jerk off to what's on the screen. Wow.
But is that...
No, I don't know. I mean, people watch fucking football on phones. People watch movies on phones, dog. You watch a football game on a fucking phone? I'm on a 65-inch TV. I feel like an asshole. Like, I can't see anything.
But is that because we're old?
Probably.
81% is a huge number. So then I was like, a couple of my friends, like a married friend of mine was like, yeah, dude, like, what the fuck else am I supposed to do? Like, and then also like the idea that it's creepier... The idea of going into a bathroom and masturbating looking at a phone is somehow, I suppose, less creepy to people than somebody sitting at
at a monitor with their pants around their ankles, which I can appreciate the fact that there's arguments for both. I don't love the idea of seeing myself from like a fly on the wall vantage point, you know, like hunched over my desk, my desktop. I mean, I'm not saying that's exactly like erotica by any stretch, but at least there's something about it in the bathroom. But anyway, the idea is that you can do it kind of in a, hey, I got to go to the bathroom. And I was just like, I guess that's maybe where you're like the ritual. Like, I'm not trying to like, let me just quickly like run in here and bust a nut. Like that's so.
Yeah, like I have to come right now, or shit's gonna be wild.
So I'm gonna go and deal with that.
So I'm gonna come right now. You can't wait. No, if I don't come right now, shit's gonna get wild. I don't know exactly how. You can guarantee it though.
Anyway, 888-842-2357. 81% phone, 12% desktop, 7% tablet. 70% of visitors are men.
Okay.
30% women.
Interesting.
The average age of a Pornhub visitor in 2019 is 39 years old.
Yeah. So right there it tells us.
Top searches of 2019. Lesbian, number one search.
Number one, 2019.
Up 15%. Or up from... Is that up 15% or up or from 15th place? Do you know?
Oh, I don't know. It's number one.
Lesbian,
love to
number
look that
one.
up.
Hentai, number 2.
Don't know that.
Ebony, number 3. That's down a click.
These are the most searched terms of 2019.
Asian, up 14. Latina, up 1. Stepmom, down 2. MILF, down 6. BBC, up 29. So those are people that are just into UK news and stuff.
Yeah, well, they want to see, you know, who the big celebs are that they've never heard of. They want to load a fucking page that, like, you can't fucking read anything on. You ever go to the Daily Mail website? Go get lunch, and by the time you get back, you might be able to read a motherfucking story on that homepage. You guys got enough shit crammed on here?
It's wild.
I thought my shit was
broken.
Yeah, I mean,
oh, you mean I
my
pay
shit
good
runs pretty
pay
tight.
good money for this?
Yeah.
Big ass down 2. Cream pie up 24. Anal down 2. Lesbians scissoring.
Anal down 2, he says.
Lesbian scissoring up 2. Top trending searches. ASMR is up 763%.
GROSS.
Best friends.
How do you get off? When people whisper in a creepy way, I like that. You like that? Yeah, I like it. When people tap shit, yeah, I like that. Gross. Tap, 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 tap. Shh, shh. You got a boner? I'm tapping. Oh, you got a boner? I'm tapping. I'm tapping your boner. Shh, 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 shh.
I think the fact that there's a physical...
Fuck that. Would you feel a tingle?
I think there's
no. Well, you don't get it, man. I feel a tingle. Tingle. What's tingle? Did that search up? Tingle. Oh, man, this is red hot. Is it? Because, like, all those other things are way better. No?
574%. Best friends up 574%.
That's weird. Best friends.
BDSM.
What is best friends? It's like they act
Sus.
like tricks.
It's you and I.
But is this?
I don't know.
Is this?
It's a scenario,
hetero or like same sex? What do you think?
It doesn't say.
It should say. We should type that in. Jeff, type in best friends. What do you think? It's. Hey, we're just best friends. Ah, shit.
Well, if lesbian is number 1,
so you think it's you're right. It's 2 women. They're friends.
Best friends.
Best friends. Besties. They're together. It's night or day. Afternoon, maybe morning.
What?
It's a lot of like a friend you were a girlfriend, a friend who was a girl that you were friends with for years.
Oh, right.
It just
got it.
You can't. It just.
She's my best friend.
She's my best friend.
Yeah.
And you can't.
But you can at night when you're alone.
You know what?
You can in real life, but you can't here.
You can't in real life, but on the box you can. Why can't that be? Can't people just live out loud in 2020? Why can't people just be themselves and express themselves and indulge in themselves? Why do we do that?
Well, there has to be two parties involved in that, not just one.
But I have a feeling that if these friends...
No,
No,
because that would have happened. These feelings, if they're
fake,
this
they're
unrequited feelings,
not real
that's a solo mish. If somebody's, I don't think it's for in very few cases. 888-842-2357. Please, if you've got a story, of you and a best friend that you were sexually attracted to for a long time, and then you finally...
Let's just cut that. If you have any story in any way, 888-842-3357, all stories.
BDSM up 525%.
Okay.
What does that stand for?
Best DILF.
Bondage, sadomasochism?
That sounds right.
Thank you. Bondage, discipline, sadomasochism.
People like that. Watch Billions. People like that. Whip you.
Big booty up 459%. Dildo up 439%. Jim, not the man, but not
from the office.
not James.
Okay.
Not Jim from The Office. GYM up 437%.
That's gay or straight?
I think that's both.
Both.
And feet up 418%. Top trending gay male searches, I guess, to maybe get a little bit more specific.
Piggyback on that. Wanky.
Piggyback is up 127%.
40%, I thought it was.
Camp buddy.
Oh, that's just... He's just a camp buddy.
That's
camp buddy, like camp, like the Met Gala, or like actual camp.
I believe actual camp.
Camp.
Outdoor tent fucking.
Tent life.
Tent life.
Oh no! He's just a camp buddy.
200.
How do you guys know each other?
From camp. 222%.
So that's just it. That's the shit. Is that a park ranger in the mix there?
Transgender.
Hey, what are you guys doing in there? I'm a park ranger. Zip. Hey,
get in on this.
Hey! Let me get in on this.
121% up. Transgender. Transgender.
Transgender. Okay.
Which?
Red hot.
Femboy up 99%.
Interesting.
Furry up 71%.
Interesting.
Hentai up 63%. In the gay trend. So that means that maybe there's more of that being made,
produced, possibly.
Possibly. 58% up dominant. 48% up come inside.
Oh, you have to. 45%
BBC. Again, with the British theme here.
It's so wild.
42% sissy.
Interesting. Sissy would be different from femdom?
Femboy?
Femboy?
I guess.
We'd have to look into the
nuance.
The nuance is someone what if you called you a sissy and you're like, I'm not a fucking sissy, I'm a femboy. And I take offense to it.
Yeah. I think there's a difference.
There has to be a difference.
Up 39%.
Subtle differences, though, and they need to be explained. 888-842-2357. What would be the main dominant characteristics, dress, persona of a femboy and a sissy?
Versus a sissy.
And how would that work within this world?
Well, I think femboy means more of a like you're saying, more of a characteristic or maybe a look or a style, whereas sissy is more of a mentality or an attitude.
Act that out for me.
I will not.
Okay.
39% small dick.
Oh. Not think that would be
desirable
in any.
That's very narrow-minded of you. If you ask me.
If you ask me. Okay. See, this is what we learn, what the Insights blog does for us, the algorithms.
Guys like big boobs, some guys like small boobs. Big dicks, little dicks.
Different strokes, different folks. But what it
tight, gaping.
Thank you. What it shows us in this insights is, but it also gives us some themes and some things to how we look at 2019 going into this new decade. And so 888-842-2357, if you'd like to comment on any of that, help us in understanding any of it. Again, stories.
Maybe I should invent a stamp size porn browser. Like just a little
thumbnail size?
Like just literally
I love the way
just a
it looks in the thumbnail. I wish I could just watch the action take place right in there. Then I could fill my small screen with 4 of them.
Yeah, little picture in pictures. Well, daddy's tiniest porn viewer.
I don't understand. But yeah.
Because on the other end of it, you've got like the Oculuses and the virtuals and all that stuff. So I'm like, well, how can those two things be simultaneously growing exponentially? That the smallest, tiniest, and also physically most awkward viewing way, and then like the most immersive, hands-off way, both be kind of, moving off in other directions. It's just, it seems strange to me.
Amazing and beautiful.
And very beautiful.
I think in the end.
Quite beautiful.
Absolutely stunning. In
What
its
else?
simplicity, yet in its nuance. I really want to know about the nuance of everything. Please.
Well, there's plenty to.
Please explain the
plenty
nuances. And what makes us tick?
I mean, a myriad of things, clearly.
It sounds like it.
An ever-growing myriad.
Oh, he's merely a camp buddy.
This one?
Eddie? Don't work with him.
Old camp bud.
We did not go to school together. He's a camp buddy. You mean camping?
So is that... Yeah, I mean, I can assume. I think camping. I know what it is.
It's.
I think I've had some experience with that.
Yeah, you know about the outdoors and that sort of living, that rustic living,
that
where you
that companionship,
back to nature, companionship, where a man can be a man
with another man.
Women really aren't allowed. Where you get back to brass tacks, nuts and bolts, if you will. Friendship. I got to start this fire, but I got to do it the old-timey way. I got to rub 2 sticks together.
You got to rub these 2 dicks together and start this fire.
Twin jets and get this fire going. But it gets so fucking cold.
You got to share that body heat.
You know how cold it gets outside?
Yes.
You can't sleep outside.
No. Get in here.
Get in here, Eddie. Now.
Let's get in this thing.
Let's get in here and get dominant.
Let's get in this bivvy.
That was another category.
Let's get in this bivvy sack together.
Get in this sack, Eddie, because it's going to get dominant, sissy. Excuse me.
Femboy.
Well, congratulations to all the winners.
I think congratulations to everybody. I hope that 2020
brings
this new decade brings us anything. It's
a whole new myriad of searches.
Yeah,
a whole new list.
Be real and stop it's because people they're being real fucking judgy, and they're fucking. We gotta stop those taboos and that shame.
If we talk about this, I don't think that's true. I think some things are only some things belong
hidden and secret and shame.
No, some things belong in the fantasy realm. I think some things are arousing only in the fantasy world. That the reality of those situations, those dynamics,
they're not as sexy in the real world.
They're probably not
damaging.
Legal.
Damaging.
No, they're not. They're not
sustainable.
They're not. Yeah, that they're not feasible for whatever reason, and that
because people get hurt. You think?
Well, because maybe the idea of it is more fun than the reality of it.
Interesting, and that's why it's fantasy.
Well, I guess the idea that taboos.
But isn't the beauty of fantasy?
I don't. Is
that it can become reality?
No. That is not. I don't think that's true.
No, because I'm not talking about dragons.
I don't think that that's the beauty of it. I think the beauty of it is that it's fantasy, and that it gets to be fantasy.
Flesh or fantasy?
Flesh for fantasy.
Flesh for fantasy. Flesh for.
Well, who is that? Flesh for fantasy.
But go to BBC.com. You'll fucking find it. It's got to be British, because only a Brit could come up with that phrase. Only somebody born in Strashenshire could come up with the phrase "flesh for fantasy." Guaranteed. You can't be from Georgia and come up with that phrase. It's just not in you.
It's Billy Idol.
All right.
That's what I thought it was. I should have said that.
Where was he born?
Britain.
But where? I want to know.
Wawa.
Wawa?
Britain.
Wawa.
That's where he was
Captain
born.
Palm Bristol and Billy Idol. Nice try, Eric. See you next year. Dude.
Billy Idol was born.
America through the eyes of two American Americans.
Born in like Sussex.
Sussex.
No, I don't know.
Okay.
Stanmore.
Stanmore. Only a lad from Stanmore could come up with that phrase. What do you think Billy Idol's into? Somebody hack Billy Idol's
It's a
IP
London
address.
borough.
Yep. Somebody hack Billy Idol. Tell me what he looks at. This is episode 764 of our comedy podcast. Yeah, dude. Cannot thank you enough. We ask that you come back for 765. If you happen to be in the Twin Cities, Minneapolis or St. Paul or the surrounding areas,
Or have a close friend or relative.
Call up some of the local establishments. I think.
Wonder how many cans of this they made. Do you know?
I don't know how many they made. I don't know. I know they're flying off the shelves. That's a testament to you and I.
That's good.
Couple of sober bros that got a beer right here in front of us named after them.
You got any idea what that is?
This what?
Is that like a sound scanny kind of thing or something?
If you scan that, it's a message from you and I.
That's what I thought.
Saying, get drunk, motherfucker. Seatbelts. Yeah, don't drink and drive. Definitely drink. Don't drink and drive. A message from UhhYeahDude. It's kind of a bummer that we can't drink those.
You had a weed named after you that you couldn't smoke?
You know what? Seth's Sexy Sativa.
Wasn't that good, just so you know.
Is that true?
It is true.
Don't say that.
It's true, though.
Everyone told me it was the best weed they ever smoked.
They just didn't want to hurt your feelings.
No, and I believed them because they're telling the truth.
It was not.
Don't be a hater. Every motherfucker that ever got it, they would come into the stores and fight for it. Hard to keep it on the shelves. Why? Because it was one of the strongest chronics. I'll say that word.
It wasn't.
Yeah, I smoked a chronic when I got out here in fucking 95. I pulled up to the...
Did you listen to the chronic and watch?
I was like...
Did you watch the...
Who's got the chronic?
I do.
Somebody was like, I do. And then we smoked and we were all like, whoa, this is like... It actually probably was way better than anything we smoked in Boston. So
yeah.
Because it was actually probably real weed.
Right.
Still too long ago to know what anything meant. I do know that there's been a weed named after me and a beer named after me. There's definitely been an acid named after you.
Oh, that would be awesome.
Children named after us.
Yeah.
And so what the hell to expect in 2020? It's amazing to think.
Maybe a small street?
Maybe a small little cul-de-sac. Who knows? Maybe a category on Pornhub. Who knows? Trending up.
Podcasting partners.
Podcasters. Really? Yeah, I can only get a boner when laughing. And so they're my go-to.
Sort of like ASMR.
My husband hates it, but I love it.
888-842-2357. And come back for
765. UhhYeahDude.com.
Go to our website. Go to the merch store. Also go to our Patreon page, please, and support us. We film these shows. Jeff edits them live. We put them up on our Patreon.
It looks cool, right? It's cool. I like the color scheme.
I do too. Pledge to us and keep the show advertising free. Watch the videos of it.
So they were lying to me when people said this is the best beer they've ever drank in their entire life.
That I don't know. We're gonna
unbelievable.
Find out from Jeff.
Like I should know. We've established on the show that every word out of every fucking person's mouth is a lie. So I should have assumed at the weed store, and I should have assumed when listening.
I bet this is a better beer than your weed was a weed.
How dare you? Seth's Sexy Sativa was the strongest sativa to hit the streets of Hollywood in 2 decades. That's what it said on Weed Maps.
No, it didn't.
It said it.
It did not. Never said that.
It said strongest chronic to hit the streets of Hollywood in 2 decades. Seatbelts.
Seatbelts.